Greetings and welcome to the Frugal Farmer Network. When I talk about the Frugal Farmer Network, we aren't talking about a media outlet or a news channel or anything like that. What I'm talking about is a network of like-minded people that have a true desire to live a more independent and self-sufficient lifestyle. Nearly 3 years ago in 2008, we saw the global economy take a nosedive. After evaluating our own personal lives, we made a conscious decision that we were going to attempt to eliminate and reduce the number of outside influences on our lives. This would require us to undergo a radical lifestyle modification. This lifestyle modification included becoming debt-free. It also included working towards self-sufficiency. This would give us a new sense of freedom that we really never experienced before. It would open up the door for a lot of learning opportunities, and we would now go into uncharted territory. Did we have a lot of fears? Absolutely. Everything we do with our new lifestyle, we're doing as experiments or prototypes. That way, if I fail, it's not a big deal. So we are continuously learning a lot of stuff as we progress down this path we're on today. We consider ourselves to be living the dream. We want to redefine the American dream by doing what we're doing. Okay, today's video is going to be our first video in what we hope to be many, many future videos to kind of educate and assist people in making that transition to the lifestyle that we enjoy today. Today's video feature is going to be focusing on reclaiming pallets. Each year, millions and millions of pallets end up in landfills or they're burned off. We're going to talk about reclaiming some of these valuable resources. There are many, many different types of wooden pallets out there in your community and throughout the United States. We're going to take a look today at several types of pallets. The first pallet I want to talk about is the standard shipping pallet. As you can see by this pallet right here, you see these pallets all over America. You see them lined up beside buildings. They have their own unique purposes. I personally use these to store stuff in the barn. I use them to stack wood, get it up off the ground, things of that nature there. These are very, very difficult to break down. You can cut them up, but they're very difficult to break down. The next pallet that I'd like to briefly talk about is the pallets that come on items like riding lawnmowers, snowmobiles, ATVs, things of that nature there. As you can see, this is a totally different type of wooden pallet. These are very, very simple to break down as well, but as you can see, they're about 6 feet tall, and they give me the opportunity to have additional length in some of the projects that I do around here. My primary thing that I use these pallets for is for garden stakes in the garden and to make trellises. The final one that I want to talk about today is going to be a specialty pallet that I get from one of the manufacturing plants in the local area. I encourage everybody to get out into your industrial areas and seek some of these pallets out. As you can see from this pallet right here, the composition is made up of two 4-inch by 4-inch solid oak posts or beams or skids, whatever you want to call them, and they only have 2 platforms on them, or 2 planks. These planks are 1 inch by 6 inches by 3 foot long, and these are made up of solid oak as well. Okay, so before we get started into actually breaking these pallets down, we need to go over a few things. First of all, you're going to need a few simple tools to go ahead and carry out today's little project here. You're going to need a standard claw hammer. You're going to need a mallet to break the pallets down. You're going to need a crowbar or a wrecking bar, and we'll go through this here in a minute. And for those difficult situations, we're going to need a pair of vice grips. But before we do anything at all, I can't emphasize safety enough. For anything that you do around your property or any project that you attempt, safety is the key. First of all, because we are going to be working with a hammer and we're going to be pounding some nails, always wear eye protection. So I'll go ahead and I'll put on my eye protection. And because we are working with some rough wood, we don't want to splinter up our hands, because splinters can be a real bear, and you do want to protect yourself by go ahead and putting on some good leather work gloves. Okay, all right, now that we know that we're safe, I'm going to go ahead and show you basically how I break these pallets down. I have a stack of pallets that I use, and then down below I've already taken some of the 4x4 posts and I've screwed those to the top of a pallet. That will help me facilitate breaking the pallets down much easier. What I simply do is take a pallet, flip it over onto my template or my grid, and then I begin the process of breaking these pallets down. And you're going to find this is a very, very simple process in breaking it down. Simply take your mallet, and I'll walk you through the process here. Okay, as you can see, that was a very, very simple process there. These pallets are beautiful when it comes down to breaking them down. You cannot do this with a standard shipping pallet. Like I said, these are specialty pallets. But once you break down the planks and you knock the boards off, you're going to get 2 solid oak 4x4 posts. You're also going to get 2 of the 1 inch by 6 inch by 3 foot boards or planks that still have the nails in them. We'll go ahead and we'll go over here shortly and we'll pound some nails, but what I typically like to do is I'll set up a workstation just to break the boards down, and then I'll set up a workstation to be able to pound the nails. By doing it this way, I can knock out one step in the process for multiple pallets, and then I move on to the next step. Okay, now that we have the planks knocked out of the boards, then we're going to go ahead, and typically what I do is I take these and I stack them up in an individual stack, and then I put them away for later use. But what we're going to go ahead and do is I'll go ahead and I'll take the 1x6 planks here, and I'll go ahead and I'll stack them up like I typically do, and I line them up and go ahead and work up a number of these, and then I'll go ahead and I'll start the process of actually breaking the pallet down further by pounding out the nails so I have a good usable piece of wood here. Simple process, and all I have to do is take the standard claw hammer and start pounding the nails. Simple enough with that part of the process. Then I simply take the board and I flip it over, and that's where the crowbar or the pry bar comes into play. Very, very simple process here as well. Just take the pry bar, slip it up under the nail, and then I don't want to be throwing these nails all over the property, so I just got a standard little bucket that I picked up from the bakery, and that becomes my nail collection. So I'll go ahead and I'll just finish the process up by pulling these nails. As you can see, they come out pretty much with a significant amount of ease. But every now and again, you're going to run into a difficult nail. Nails are going to bend on you, and that's where the vice grips come into play. Simple pair of vice grips, come in and you grab the nail with the vice grips adjusted to be able to grab the nail, lock it in, and then simply pull the nail out. There again, simple process. As you can see, these are not very difficult pallets to break down, and they are an absolute beauty to work with. As you can see right now, I have a 1 inch by 6 inch by 3 foot solid oak plank that we're going to be able to use in a lot of projects around the property. Okay, now we have all the pallets broken down. As I said before, it's a very, very simple project with these specialty pallets. These specialty pallets are used to ship large rolls of sheet metal. Alright, so what you want to do to be able to find these specialty pallets is go out to your industrial areas and start seeking out manufacturing plants that receive their sheet metal in huge rolls. Because they are specialty pallets, the people that reclaim pallets and resell them back to businesses don't want these pallets because they aren't a standard shipping pallet. So keep that in mind. Get out there, get into your industrial areas. I think you're going to be surprised in what you could find. Today's video is basically an orientation into breaking these pallets down, but I could tell you I could come up with 101 different uses for this type pallet wood. Some of the projects that I immediately started doing last year is I built 12 raised beds for my vegetable garden. This year I'm going to be adding 20 more additional raised beds for the garden. That's just one simple project that you could do with this. I've already made workbenches, I've made garden tables, I've made harvest benches, I've made garden benches to be able to sit in the garden and actually enjoy it. You can make compost bins out of these, bird houses, you can make bat houses, you can make nesting boxes if you have chickens, you can make shelves. The amount of projects that you could do are absolutely limitless. So what we're going to be doing in the near future is we're going to be doing video segments or video features on some of these projects that we've already done. And what we'll do is we'll take you step by step through all these little projects so you can figure out how to do some of these on your own. Okay, to wrap things up today, we do want to invite each and every one of you watching this video today to go ahead and stay tuned, because we are going to be producing a lot more videos that hopefully will be helpful to everybody that wants to join the growing movement of people all across America that are looking for a more self-sufficient, independent lifestyle. If you enjoy what you're seeing so far, go ahead, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and go ahead and provide us some feedback or any suggestions of anything that you might want to watch. Certainly we're going to be focusing on individual projects that we're going to be doing with the pallets. We're going to be looking at a lot of gardening, a lot of reclaiming of things. We're going to be looking at how you can modify your own lifestyle so that you could live the frugal, simple life that we enjoy today. We really appreciate your time tuning in today, and like I said before, stay tuned for further updates.